saw you with your pops earlier this week, and I felt like in my mind there was like an epiphany.
Okay.
And it's because your pops was dropping like a lot of the old 49ers history.
Mm-hmm.
And when you think about it, a lot of the times history will repeat itself. It just does.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things he said was Joe Montana and how he had to sit, Steve Young and how he had to sit. And I think what he said also was that Bill Walsh was developing these people for success.
Yes.
So when I see
Not
Kyle
like, hey,
Shanahan,
go in there and see what happens.
yeah,
Sink or swim. No.
yeah,
You're going to swim. I'm going to make sure you're going to swim because
hmm
my future depends on it. Your future depends on it. We're not going to mess around.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when I look at this pick right here, and I would love it if they would blow everybody's mind and take Pitts. I would love it, but I
Yes.
just don't see it happening.
No, me neither.
So I do think though I can. One of my biggest things is after hearing you guys talk a lot, listening to all the people, watching all the film breakdown. One of the things that I'm starting to think is I feel like Mac Jones was the original pick at 12.
Okay.
At 12.
Okay.
I think he was. I think he
Okay.
was hands down their pick at 12.
Okay.
And I think when John and Kyle made the move to go up,
Yes.
it was because there was no more Deshaun Watson.
Yes.
And it was that plan broke through. So it's okay. We can sit at 12 and take this guy who can plug and play right away.
Right.
Or we can trade up, move up, and try to take a player who we feel is going to do something different. And one of the interesting interviews was Richard Sherman and how he was talking about Justin Fields.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine and all. I know he made his case for Justin Fields, and there might be a little bias there. He has some history with Justin Fields as well. And it also might have been more of a defense right now because Justin Fields has been dragged through the mud a lot.
No doubt.
When he has very similar issues, just like every quarterback has very similar issues.
True. Yeah.
But one of the things that I was looking at in terms of Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, right? They make this move, they come up here, and everybody's like, well, it had to be for something they know. So I really started getting into it, and I'm thinking the Jets, I think it was always we're going to take Justin Fields. And I think the rumor was that they were going to take Wilson. I don't think that's the truth. I think Fields, before we got into the offseason, was always the consensus number 2 quarterback.
Correct.
He just was.
Yep.
And if we remember, Robert Saleh and them are there as the coach and regime right now, but they're not the general manager.
No, they're not.
They have a GM who's making that decision already.
And he's been there a while. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like right there, if they take Justin Fields, I think for us it's Wilson.
Yeah.
Now I think if Wilson's not there though, it changes things. I think if the Jets do take Wilson, I think for Kyle Shanahan and them, and I've seen the breakdown with Jack Hammer, wonderful breakdowns of Justin Fields. And his biggest problem is very similar to Jimmy Garoppolo. Their decision making.
Timing.
See, the film doesn't lie. Numbers can be skewed.
Yes.
You know, they show his numbers and they're all green in the
great
percentiles.
We're Haskins.
He's amazing. He's amazing.
Yeah. Every Ohio State quarterback has great numbers. Everyone. Yes.
But when you watch film, this is what I came away with watching these. There were a lot of RPO options, but he doesn't make the right decision to run. No. He would hand the ball off and the running back's getting hit at the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
So that shows me decision making overall is an issue.
Yes.
When I watched their breakdown of Wilson, the breakdown of Lance, those guys more than often are making the big explosive plays because of a decision making.
Yeah.
Even when there's pressure in their face, they're making a play, whether it's to run or it's to throw. But they're making the right decision. And they're killing teams on the defense. They're killing the defense. Yeah. So I think for plan B, I think plan A is Zach Wilson, but I really start to believe that plan B is Trey Lance.
That's very interesting. I could look if Kyle Shanahan were on this show when he told me, look, and he told us Trey Lance is green, he lacks experience. I really think I could get him up to speed in a year. Give me 1 year with him. All right, man, do it. Great. But if it's a 3-year plan for Trey Lance, you don't have that time.
Yeah.
You don't. But maybe Kyle could do it in a year. Maybe he is really this gifted, this kid. I don't know.
Well, we've seen him build offenses around Robert Griffin. We've seen him build offenses around Kirk Cousins' offense. I think he can build an offense pretty much to whatever the quarterback strength is. Look at the 49ers offense now. It's always been tailored around Jimmy since Jimmy's got here. All the short slants, all the little digs, all the screens. It's all built for Jimmy. So I think he tries to tailor his offense to their skill sets, and I think that's why sometimes we're thinking it has to be Mac Jones because he wants to keep the same offense. When in reality, he'll build the most efficient offense he can around the quarterback skill set.
Definitely.
So, making this move, I think that's what all the worry and the scare is, because I think there were rumors out there because at 12, I think they were really confident in taking Mac Jones. Because here's another thing: people think Mac Jones. You can say he's not a generational talent, but he's definitely worth the first round pick. It's just not in the top 3.
Agree.
But he's worth
especially not when you trade it up.
Yeah, exactly. He's worth the first round pick, but not in the top 3, not giving up 3 first round picks, because the thing is he is going to be serviceable. I think he's going to be a decent quarterback, but I don't think he's ever going to give you anything extra.
No, he won't.
That these playmaking quarterbacks, even the great pocket passers like Tom Brady, Eli Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, these guys have cannons.
Yes, they do.
They have cannons. And if you try to do something to them where they see a blitz coming and they got a guy going deep, they're not afraid to throw it deep because they got the arms.
And they can do it off their back foot.
And they can, exactly. Yeah. So that's, I think, is the missing argument when people try to compare Mac Jones and say, hey, he's limited.
And he doesn't have that kind of arm.
Yeah,
he's got more of a backup skill set.